All right, hello, welcome to Anime Anonymous, the only AA meeting that actually feeds your addiction. I am CJ, joined with my buddy
Ace.
and this is something that's been really close to my heart. I've been wanting to do this, so I'm happy to have a friend to kind of go through our anime addiction with. The first anime that we're going to talk about today is one that I think is really slept on. It's called Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. And one person who slept on it is good old Ace, because I recommended this anime a couple times and he'd never watched it. But now, what do you think?
Well, in my defense, because first, I just want to say I grew up on Dragon Ball, One Piece, that action fighting anime, and this was not on Cartoon Network. So anybody that had them throwback times, the Toonami Cartoon Network anime, then yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Bleach anime only lovers too. So,
all right, okay, that's acceptable. I get it. Bleach was my entry anime, which is so funny because it has so many fillers but it's still close to my heart. It's coming back. We will not be doing a review on that one. That is way too long. But yeah, so we are jumping into Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Just a quick overview from me. I think this is just a really good anime to get into. No matter where you are on your journey, if you're just jumping into anime or if you're an anime vet like me, this is just a really good anime to just jump into. What do you think on your end?
It definitely is a great anime. Yeah, I definitely slept on it, so definitely want to admit that. But I don't know. It was definitely very niche to me. Slice of life at school, type style. Not really my normal cup of tea, but definitely enjoyable. And as we continue to talk about it, I can go in a little bit further on it.
Yep. Also, warning: none of us are Japanese
So at all.
We are gonna wreck these people's names, and that's it. We're not big enough for them to care, so it's going to be fine. But the main character, his name is Sakuta. At least that's how I've always pronounced it in my head.
Likewise.
And then Bunny Girl Senpai, which, funnily enough, you only see her in a Bunny Girl suit twice, maybe 3 times. I can't remember. I feel like it's twice.
I think it's twice, yeah.
But her name's Mai. They're the main characters of this. But one of the things I really liked about it is they're not constantly the focus. There's a lot of little mini plots in it. They all work together, but there's mini plots. You have the first couple episodes, it's Sakuta and Mai. That's it. And then the next one, it's Sakuta and the chick who's always talking about her butt. I can't remember her name, but he kicks her in the butt one time.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
At the playground.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that's a weird just cutaway. Yeah, he kicks a chick in the butt, but she asked him to.
But down in the comments, please tell us the name of that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember her name. That's bad. But yeah, it's a little mini series on her, and we'll get into that too. And then you talk about one constant character. It's his friend who's a scientist.
Oh, yeah. Futaba?
Yeah. She has her own middling arc, and she's one of my favorite characters.
The ending with Futaba.
Yeah, that was really, really good. And then you circle back around to Mai and her sister.
Yeah.
And it's just... There's a lot of little set pieces, but all together it just comes and makes a really, really good anime, in my opinion. So we'll talk about the start of it. Sakuta, he's kind of not really a really liked person in the school, and you find out why. There's some stupid rumor that he sent these guys to the hospital and stuff, but it's a rumor. It's not real. But he has a couple friends that he's really close with. One is Futaba, and then there's this other guy. He's like your normal main character anime guy. He's like really liked by people. He's sporty, like all that stuff, and like Sakuta's like the loner, but they're friends, so it's an interesting dynamic. Fast forwarding to it, Sakuta goes to the library and he sees this chick walking around in a bunny suit, and he's like, why is no one reacting to this? Like, what the heck's going on? And then he's just watching her. She comes and stands next to him, looks at him, looks away, looks back at him. He's like, you can see me? He's like, yeah, I can see you. And she's like, all right, forget this ever happened. Goodbye. It's like, what?
Now, I don't know who can literally see a girl in a bunny suit in the library and not try to figure out who that is or what's going on or why can no one else see this but him. So I know I was like definitely fully engaged from the first episode. And so if I can just say like how I felt when you first put me on to the show, not gonna lie, I thought CJ set me up. I thought this was a harem. I thought this was like fan servicey. I didn't know what was going on, and I'm like, okay, can't watch this next to the girlfriend because definitely gonna be judged. But overall, I mean, I think it was definitely worth it. It definitely wasn't that much fan service. Didn't mind the bunny suit, but yeah. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like a red herring. Like the name and the picture, because like the picture is her in a bunny suit too.
Right.
It's like all a red herring because like you expect something fan servicey, right. And like it's a really deep anime, and like they tackle some hard subjects. Right. Like they tackle how one of my favorite things was like how the adults were portrayed in this, because like it's such. Like, me and you, none of us are idols. Right. None of us are public people. Right. But you don't have to be... Like, I don't have to be an architect to see if something's screwed up with a house. Like, that doesn't look right. Like, it's the same thing. Like, you see, like, these child actors. Like, they have shows about it. It's like Dance Moms or something. I don't watch it. Yeah. But I've seen commercials. I'm like, yo, these parents are crazy. Like...
Go a little bit further into the parents.
So I say all that to say, so like when Mai and her sister, like those couple episodes, right? Mm-hmm. They switch bodies, not just souls. They actually switch bodies because when they switch back, it's really weird because like their bodies change. It's creepy but cool at the same time. They switch bodies and you find out the root reasoning. I'm not going to say it because, you know, if you want to watch this, I'm not going to spoil everything for you. But, like, they switch bodies for a reason. And then one of the big struggles that is taken or tackled at that is, like, the stress that the parents are putting on them. Oh, right. Like, the younger daughter, like, she's always getting compared to Mai. And, like, Mai has the struggle of, I have to be perfect. And, like, so it's just, like... The mom, like you see when Mai's like in her body, like all of a sudden the mom is like super in love with her. She's like, oh my gosh, you're killing it, blah, blah, blah. And the younger daughter is like, wow, like I'm nothing like her. Like even when she's thrown off, she's still great. Right. And then flashing back to when Mai, like in her first couple episodes, you find out the whole reason she left show business.
Oh, yeah,
because of her mom. Mm-hmm. And rightly so. Her mom asked her to do something she didn't want to do. But her mom was, in my opinion, trying to live through her. And, like, you see that with all these stupid shows. Like, these parents are trying to live through these kids. And I was like, I think it really showed, like, a real-world struggle in not a super, quote-unquote, anime way. Like, it was a legit way. Like, it was anime-ish, but it was still legit. Like,
yeah, it was definitely relatable. Definitely,
yeah, exactly,
believable, realistic, and I resonated with that. I mean, I don't think I was necessarily comparing myself to my brother, but I know that sometimes, you know, if somebody gets this item for Christmas and you get this, you looking at them like, what's going on here? I think everyone had that, here and there. But another thing about the family dynamic in the show was Sakura's parents. Did I say his name right?
Yeah.
So
sure. Yes. Sounds
so
great.
Sakura's parents straight dipped. Like as soon as stuff got crazy and they started having these, I'm gonna go a little bit into and not necessarily spoil it. So it's this thing called like puberty syndrome.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Whatever's going around. Like.
So whatever that mysterious phenomenon thing that's going on, it's affecting the main character and pretty much all of them in their own special way, very intensely and very severely. So you'll see that one of the phenomenons are physical damage, and it was just getting so random and crazy that the parents couldn't even handle what was going on and trying to find a solution. They just left the two kids in an apartment, said, look, you're going to have to take care of your sister and I'm going to have to take care of your mom that's in the hospital because she had a mental breakdown. Yeah. Because she couldn't process this phenomenon that was happening. So just the parents, so in hindsight, the parents giving up on their kids, leaving them to grow up by themselves, I think that was just very difficult situations for Sakura to, kind of manage. And
for sure. And I mean, like, I'm not trying to defend the dad at all, because, that's some punk mentality. But, like, he rationalized it. And he said it. He called himself out. Like, when he and Sakura met up, he called himself out. He's like, I know this is really tough on you. But, like, they made that decision because the mom had a mental break. Like, when stuff was happening to his sister, like, she had a mental break. And then when the sister's basically personality changed, that was like the last straw for the mom. Yeah. And so the dad was like, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to take care of your mom. You take care of your sister. Because apparently you're the only one who can, like, make sense of it. Because that was the thing. Like, the dad and the mom were trying to treat the sister like she was still the same person, but she obviously wasn't. Right. And Sakura was the only one who realized that and treated her different. And, like, she vibed with that, like she resonated with that, and she became really close to him. So the dad realized that. He was like, well, I can't have your mom and her in the same place, so I'm gonna take care of her, you take care of her. It sucks. Yeah. Definitely. But like he's not like he's not like just washing his hands of it. He's like, I know it sucks, like, and I wish I could do more. But like it was funny, that scene totally like vibe change. When Sakura, like, asked him, what's it like to have a kid? His dad's like, wait, are you having a kid? He's like, no, I'm just wondering. And he's like, well, you won't know till you have a kid, which some people might think, like, that's a cop-out, but, like, at the end of the day, that's true. Like, there is no, like, as a parent of a 2-year-old, there is no guide on how to raise a kid, and every kid is different. So, like, you can't know how to raise a kid until you really have one. So, like, I thought that was a funny, but again, real aspect of life. Right. So, like, this is definitely slice of life, but this is one of the most realistic slice of lives in my head. Even though you have all these crazy puberty syndrome stuff happening, like shoot, one of the things that is main that we haven't even talked about is Shoko. Shoko's his, like, first crush that, like, nobody believes him about. And she was the one that kind of got him through the stuff that was going on with his sister. Because you see little flashbacks of her and him and seeing how he was a different person back then. And she kind of raised him up. He went to the same school that she went to. That's the whole reason he went there. And he looked at all the school names and stuff. She wasn't there, but he's like, this chick existed, and nobody believed him. And then he meets this little girl that has the same name as her, and everybody's like, so do we need to call the cops on you? Right. Like, he's like, no, this isn't her.
So do you think she really exists? Because at the end of when I finished the show, I was like, this girl ain't real. But that was the only way he could process and be able to get his bearings and get back on his feet, in my opinion. I think.
But she shows up though.
When?
Whenever his chest starts bleeding, who takes care of him?
But I thought that's the hallucination, so he can process.
No, that's her.
She can't just poof up now.
And now flash
mending wounds and stuff. Come on.
Flash forward. Actually, no. I think and it's been a while since I've watched it, so I can't remember exactly. So flame me if I'm remembering wrong.
Flame both of us.
I swear, her and Mai talk on the phone one time. I swear. But I also could be mixing up things because there is also a movie. Which we'll get to that some other time. I don't think we'll do that next episode. But that is definitely something because I think it wraps this up in a really good bow. In the movie, a lot of her timeline and stuff gets resolved. So I might be remembering from that. But I know you see her a couple times in the anime, like grown up her in just that anime. And
I think that's
and she just shows up. She shows up random. Like she showed up to help him.
To heal him.
And then Mai was like, "Who helped you?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, Shoko did." And man, Mai was not happy about that.
Oh yeah, I mean rightfully so.
Yeah. I get that's your man. I get it.
But that boy Sakura, he is a player. If you haven't heard,
he's not a player.
He be pulling them in this show.
Hey, yeah, he does.
Pulling them. I had to give this man props. Like, I'm impressed with him. He ended up having 2 girlfriends at the same time in this. You remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Technically.
He ended up.
Yeah.
He ended up. In my opinion, I think when it was one of the science scenes with Futaba. Futaba was reaching for him, in my opinion, just for a little like experience. So like I think when Sakura was explaining that he kicked the girl in the butt at the playground, and she was like, "Sakura, can I experience that too?" Like, I thought that was like her little play, but maybe not. But you guys can tell me that in the comments as well. But yeah, Sakura was the man in this.
But he was a loyal dude.
He was loyal.
Say what you will. He was loyal because butt chick. She there's a whole couple episodes with her where it's like that one movie Groundhog Day with what's his name? Is it Tom Hanks?
Sure.
Oh no, it's not Tom Hanks. It's the Ghostbusters guy. Whatever. Anyway, where the day keeps repeating. Like it's the same thing. I think the science name of it is Schrodinger's cat, something like that. But anyway, day keeps reliving, and you find out it's because old girl wants him to like her. And he figures out what's going on, and he takes her there, and he's like, it doesn't matter how many times this day goes, I'm still going to love Mai. And I was like, yo, good looks. And she was like, not even if it's like 1,000 times or 1,000,000. He's like, nope, it does not matter. And like, it's a tough scene
tough pill to
because
right
he goes like, he was like, just lay it out on me. Like, stop hiding it. Tell me everything. And she confesses, heartfelt, everything. And my man's just like, no. And like, he's not even like nice with it or anything, but he's not mean. He's just like, no.
He keeps it 100.
Like, he's like, we can like, I'll be there for you as a friend or whatever, but no, it's me and Mai. And I was like, good looks. Like, because that's one thing that annoys the heck out of me in animes. Either one, the main character's an idiot and can't tell anybody likes him, or two, they're just like a wuss. And just girls just pull them and they go either way. And he's like, all these girls like him.
Sakura was a simp as well in this show.
For Mai?
He was a simp, a wuss. I was not a fan of that.
No, he's not a wuss.
If your supposed love of your life is kicking you in the face and you're finding that as pleasure. That simp mentality.
No, he's into some stuff.
Simp.
That's what he is.
Nah.
He's a BDSM. That's a hey,
Simp.
so we all have our kinks. That's Sakura does, okay?
Man, but when he was replaying, just to go back to that, when he was replaying the days over and over, if you guys pay attention to the dialogue, this man is smooth, like straight manipulation, but like in the sense of like spitting game, not like abusively.
Yeah.
Sakura has some A1 dialogue, not just with the sister when she was in the ocean, with Futaba, with what's the other girl?
Shoko?
The one that was making the days replay.
Oh yeah, I don't know her name. I just call her girl.
He was spitting some bars, so I definitely enjoyed that part. I think the only part I really didn't like was the brother-sister relationship. It gets awkward at moments.
Oh,
I don't like it.
It's funny.
Not a fan of that. I'm like,
she's funny.
Completely breaks the mood.
I thought those were hilarious because so here's the thing. His sister is like she's got a whole bunch of basically like trauma.
Yeah.
She was getting bullied at school, yada yada. She basically becomes a shut-in. So she's all wild and stuff at home, but realistically, it's just like a fake. It's a front. Like she feels super insecure, so she's acting overly, and so like she'll sometimes wake him up, and like he's like, "You're too old to be in my bed. Get the heck out." She's like, "Oh, you might get too excited by me. I understand." He's like, "No, get the heck out the bed."
So that moment happens, but then she would literally like watch this man bathe and say, "Ooh, I want to see your Yahoo. Like, save your Yahoo for me." Like, come on, bro. No sister should be doing that to their sibling ever. Uncalled for. I'm not with it.
But yeah, she's funny. I like her. I like her and Mai's interactions. I think those are really, really good. Because like she opens up to Mai and like they become like friends. That was really good to see. That
kind of heals her.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So I definitely
that gives her the courage to want to like step outside. And like that's another reason I like Sakura. Like so she's like, I want to step outside, and he's like, all right, hold on to my back. And he's like, close my eyes or close your eyes. And she's like, okay. And he like starts stepping. She's like, are we outside yet? Like, and you hear it. Like she's struggling. He was like, nope, not yet. And he was like, just a couple more steps. And she was like, are we out yet? And he's like, no, not yet. And then she starts freaking out. She's like, no, I don't think I can do it. Let's stop. And he's like, I think her name's Kaede. I swear, I want to say that's her name.
Yeah.
Kaede. Yeah. Like, he's like, open your eyes. And like, they're outside. And that's like a huge breaking like point for her. Like, she's like, she made it outside, and she's like all happy.
Yeah, I think mountain just lifted off.
Yeah, and I think she calls Mai, and like she tells her, and like it's like a older sister kind of bond that they have.
Yeah, I liked it,
but it's just good. And then like I love how him and Mai are like so deadpan with like their relationship. Like he's like they have no emotion when they're talking about like their love for each other. Like it's the funniest thing for me. Like. He's like, I love you. She's like, I love you too. Like they're just so deadpan about it. It's so funny. But
yeah, I want to definitely bring it back to the beginning. So, what was your expectation when we're trying to kind of process why only Sakura can only see Mai? Because when I first saw, like when I was first watching, I'm like, she's dead. She's a ghost. She's not. She's not alive.
I think the reason.
Like, did you already process that?
No. I was just like, why? Like, yeah, I had the same question. I was like, well, why? And I think so at first it was only a certain area because people at school could still see her. But like at that beginning, like she realized like if she went to this one place, nobody could see her. And I think it had to do with like how big her show business was at the place. Mm-hmm. So if it was small, like if she didn't really reach that area much, I think they started forgetting about her more. But then they talk about it and like one thing that they know they solve is sleep. So if you fall asleep, you'll forget about her.
Now, was that still in the beginning?
No. I think when it starts growing, like, because it starts happening in places that people would normally see her.
Right.
They don't start seeing her, and so she's like freaking out. Like, she can't get into her apartment because the doorman can't see her, which is not usual. So like, it starts happening. Like, whoever goes like right then, I believe, is like when they sleep, they forget about her. So that's why he starts taking like caffeine and like all these no-dose pills and stuff. And like, he's struggling, and she sees him struggling, and she hates it. And then like she drugs him. She puts like NyQuil in his drink because she hates seeing him. I think he was up for like a week.
Yeah, he was
like,
definitely
this dude
zombie.
was dead. Like, she was like, yo, like, thank you, but you need to sleep.
So, would you stop sleeping to not forget your girlfriend, well, your wife?
That'd be easy. I don't sleep right now.
Oh, man, you took it down.
I don't. Bro, I get like maybe 2 hours. I was like, all right.
I'm going to keep it a buck. And if my girl hears this, I'm going to tell her the same thing. I would literally tell my girl, look, I'm losing my memory. If you can stay together with me, try to make me remember us. And I'll be knocked out counting Z's. I don't care. I'm going to sleep. There's no way I'm staying up and for a week, can't breathe, can't eat. Literally about to collapse.
Yeah, that man's his whole life was caffeine. That's it. But no, like I'd probably do something similar to him. Like he wrote a whole note to himself.
Oh yeah.
Like, he was like, yeah, you won't believe this. And then like even the note didn't help though.
Yeah,
like,
because
he
it started
read it,
like not deteriorating, but
yeah, he couldn't see her name. Yeah. Like, it was all fuzzy. Yeah. And he was just like, what the heck is this? And then he just starts having flashes of somebody, and then he remembers, then he was like, the whole puberty syndrome behind her is that it's a social issue that they bring into an anime. So because nobody wants to change the status quo, no one does. Right. So the whole reason it kept
getting worse,
for lack of an easier word, propagating, so like getting bigger, was, oh, well, this person forgot about her. Well, like, I don't want to change the status quo, so now I technically forget about her. Which is,
it's a ripple effect.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect. So him challenging the status quo, being a G,
which was boss. Okay,
yeah,
I give him
going
that.
on the field, doing what he did. Now everybody remembers her. But like you take that nowadays, like kids, like, if you see somebody getting bullied, like, you're like, oof, like, that sucks.
But like, when I was seeing somebody getting bullied, I'm like, yo, you want me to fight for you?
Like I said,
I was ready.
Nowadays, that's the parents are a different breed now. Like, everything, because people are scared of social media. Like, that's the thing. Like, so people nowadays are like, ooh, that's tough, but like, they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that, but then they don't jump in. So like, that's what I'm saying. This anime kind of addressed that. Like, no, you need to jump in. Like, that's how we were raised. My dad was like, don't start a fight, but if you're in a fight, finish it. And if you see somebody, you need to help them. Doesn't matter who they are, blah, blah, blah. But that's our generation. Like, kids these days, first of all,
they trying to mind their business, keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, and then, I could talk about this anime for a long time because I love this anime, but like, the ending is tough.
So which part of the ending? The part with Futaba's kind of exposition, or something specific?
No. I'm talking about the ending, like the ending where his his sister, like, end episode. What happens with his sister? His sister wakes up in the hospital. Mm-hmm. And now she's original sister.
Oh, right.
And he has a break because he's like, wait, Kaede that I've spent this time with is gone.
Yeah, that was so heartbreaking. But it was like, I wanted to be so happy about the situation. That's the thing. But and like, his
you're in the same struggle as him. You're in the same struggle as him. Like, he's like, I got my sister back,
but
then I lost my sister. I should be happy, but I'm not. But I should be.
Right.
So he's struggling.
That was intense.
And I'm like, yo.
It was raining.
Yes,
the
it's
setting.
the music. There's like slight music. The music in this anime is great. Like,
A1.
It's the intro is really good, and then like the music never overshadows anything, but it's there when you need it.
It literally entrenches you into the episode, and I think that kind of like helped with me being so addicted to each episode.
Yeah.
Now each episode, I think, was so well written that you kind of don't even realize that it's only, 12, 13 episodes?
Yeah, it's 13
like,
episodes,
they're so well thought out, everything explained, but still have those cliffhangers to keep you watching for what's next and what's more. So, hey, I'm ready to get my rating.
Yeah. So out of 10, my good sir, what would you rate this anime?
I would rank it between an 8 to an 8.5, and that's only because it's not an action fighting anime. That's the only reason. Like if I could like put that aside, I'll probably give it a 10 out of 10, just because it makes you think, you're problem solving, the suspense, the intensity, the realism. You can relate to it so much in all aspects. Like, anyone that watches this, if you can't relate to something in this, you're not human. So you need to rewatch it and get your life together, because it was that relatable. Like, it was great. I think it was great. So don't kind of count my rating because I am biased. But yeah, I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
That's fine. That's good. Like I am gonna do this as a one shot, because if I rate it with the movie, I'd say it's a 10. But I can't, because the movie puts a bow on it for me. Because there are some things that I'm questioning. Like, you're questioning Shoko. Like, at the end, like, what's going on with her? Like, what is that? And what technically really happened with him in the back, which still ties with her. Like, his life back then and now, it ties with her. And obviously she's alive. You know it's a real person because you meet Mini Shoko. Yeah. Same name, same everything, almost same mannerisms. So you're like, what's going on?
I'm still feeling like that. But that's because I didn't watch the movie.
Well, yeah. Like, and it hints, it like when the stuff happened with the butt girl, like I was like, okay, there has to be some time stuff going on, because time stuff is happening all the time. So like, I was like, is she from the future? Is she from now? Or is she in the future trying to come back and save herself or something? Because there is no her now that he finds. So like these were all questions in my head. So like when I first watched this, so but even with those questions, like I'd give it a 9, because I'm still left wanting to know like those different things. But it was still a great anime. Yeah, so great. That gives me a 9. But then with the movie, which again, like I said, we will review the movie, and it will be quick. It'll be sometime soon. But I'd have to give it a 9 without the movie. Definitely a 10 with the movie. Okay. But yeah, I just think the story writing of this was great. Oh. Music was great. There was never an episode that you kind of like checked out, like for a couple minutes or something. Like everything that you were watching keeps you engaged. And I'm partial to like action ones too, so I get it. Like I grew up on your DBZs, your Dragon Balls, or your Dragon Ball just by itself. Your Naruto, Inuyasha, all those things. I've watched way too many anime. It's ridiculous. Right.
You can definitely go.
But yeah, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. And
now you got me kind of excited to see the movie.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Next episode might be the movie, but I do because this anime was such a good kind of mind one. I wanted to kind of give the next episode a funny one. So
cool.
Next episode will be either the movie, which is Rascal Doesn't Dream of a Dreaming Girl, if I remember correctly. It's something like that. or it's gonna be this other one, which is hilarious, and I would rate it. I'm already gonna tell you my rating. Like it's a 9, like 100%. But
high expectations right here.
It's the main character. His name is Anos Vodegold, and it's a really, really long name, so I'm just going to give the short one. It's the Misfit of Demon King Academy. It's a really good, like it's either going to be between either of those. It's either Misfit, Demon King, or Dreaming Girl. But until then, I hope you keep it with us. We do have a Discord. We'll kind of post that link if you guys ever want to chat with us. And then if you guys have any suggestions yourselves, just let us know. Our Instagram and our Twitter are the same. It's X Anime Anonymous X. Shoot us a DM or any recommendations you guys have. And then another thing that we're going to be doing, and it's not me, it's Ace 100% is crypto. That's something that he's huge into. He's kind of getting me into it. I am so like old school with stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him hit.
So we'll start doing that too. Like whenever we see anything or he sees anything going on in like the cryptocurrency kind of world, kind of have that little crypto corner thing. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions or anything, just let us know. I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, and I just want to just give you a little quick summary of the market right now. So as of today, the market is down. So this is not financial advice, but this is buying season for everyone that is in it for the long haul. So definitely try to prioritize your top 10s before you start trying to get those little hidden gems that people are trying to search for on YouTube. Stay where the money is so that you don't have your stuff go to zero. But yeah, just pretty much stick to the top 10. It's buying season. Have a 4-year time frame mindset with this, and you should be pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much on the crypto market as of today. I'll definitely get into it a little bit further next time. And yeah, I still think my last little 2 cents. I think the show was better for me. Kind of marathoning it. So I think if I had
like binging it,
binge watching it. Because if I did a week by week, like some of the anime that I currently watch, it comes out weekly. I don't know if I would have the same feeling just because of that kind of those days in between. So if you can binge watch this, I definitely highly recommend that.
Yeah.
I think that would definitely give you the full experience. So in the comments below. Tag us, comment, reply, like, share, and yeah, see you guys next time.
All right, I'm CJ.
I'm Ace.
And we'll catch you next AA meeting.
Peace.